Hi, and welcome to Prepping Essentials.
It's 6:45 on Saturday the 14th of March, just on my way down to the land, and as you can see from the weather outside, it's business as usual with wind and rain. It has been extremely windy all week, and I did actually pop down to the land on the way home from work one day this week, just to check on the Polytunnel. Not quite sure how that's stood up since then, so let's find out. Very quick rewind. It's 4:30 on Wednesday the 11th of March. Just called in on the way back from work just to do a quick check on the Polytunnel. We've had some major winds overnight last night and again through today, so I just wanted to double check that everything was okay, and I picked up a few more bags of compost, so I wanted to drop those off as well. Everything seems to be in order despite the fact that the wind is playing havoc with all of the trees. It is clearly buffeting the Polytunnel, but in fact, there we go. We can see how it's just starting to force the door open, so it's a good job I did come down to look. But other than that, it looks structurally to be okay, so fingers crossed. I'm just going to grab the wheelbarrow and go grab some compost bags that I've left out on the roadside there. Well, that's the compost put away. Had a quick check around, everything seems okay, except for one little piece here that seems to be just starting to split. So I'll have to get some repair patch on that, but hopefully it will stay now until the weekend. Hopefully this wind will stop blowing, and we'll find out, I guess, on Saturday. But I've got to get off home. It's been a long day at work. Got to say, I'm a little bit worried about this wind. It's not let up all last night and all today. A bit worried where I might find on Saturday. Well, here we are, down on the land. It's a cool morning, not too bad though. Rain is intermittent now, on and off. Thankfully it's not throwing it down like it was earlier. As I said earlier, I've been panicking about this Polytunnel all week, and I popped down on, I think it was Wednesday, just to take a look. You might have seen a clip of that earlier. Thankfully everything seems to be okay. Just do need to check the front though to see how that door stood up. Thankfully those extra blocks that I put on during the week have held that. So big sigh of relief there, chaps, for that. Everything else is looking pretty much as I left it, including the old IBC containers. So I'll get myself settled into the cabin. There's an endless list, if I'm honest, of stuff that I would really like to get done, but as always, it's time. Sometimes it's money, but mainly it's time. Do want to try and get that IBC tote area boxed in. I have got some pipe to connect those two tanks together, and I do want to get started with the Polytunnel and perhaps a raised bed or two. Depends how much compost I've got, I guess. Yeah, I could go on forever. There's an endless list, so not quite sure. You'll have to bear with me and see how we get on today, but we're here and that's all that counts, and we are, whatever we get done, we are still making progress. Well, here we are in the Polytunnel. It's actually quite warm in here, certainly a lot warmer than it is outside. You can see I've started stocking up with bags of composts and trays and plant pots, so I'm going to have a little play with those today and see what I can get laid out into the raised beds, both inside the polytunnel and outside. I am going to need an awful lot more of these bags of compost. I think there's 40 litres in some and 50 litres in the other. Clearly they're not going to go very far in such big raised beds, but then having said that, not all of the raised beds are going to be filled with soil. A lot of them will be filled with these big pots and some buckets. I am going to try to do most things in pots and buckets rather than direct into a soil raised bed. Maybe potatoes or onions will go in the outside raised beds in normal soil, but majority of stuff will be going into buckets. They're easier to transfer, and certainly in the early stages when they're coming out of the polytunnel into the garden, it's easier to just transfer things direct in buckets without disturbing the roots than it is transplanting them. Anyway, enough talking, it's time to get something actually done. I'll keep you up to date with progress as I go along, and we'll see what we can achieve today. Just busy making the foundation for the boxed in section around the IBC totes out of these breeze blocks. Not the most technical job in the world, but when it comes to getting the blocks level, it really is. There's a lot of faffing about, digging out and filling in to try and make sure that the base is level all the way around. So it is a bit slow progress, but we're getting there slowly but surely. Weather is holding off, thankfully. Not too much rain, just the odd bit now and again, but it's not too bad a day, to be fair. And it's always nice to be down here, no matter what the weather, and it's just nice to see progress being made. So enough talking, let's get cracking and get a few more of these blocks in. Well, it's 9 o'clock already. That's taken a couple of hours, which I don't know how many times I've said this, as always, is longer than I expected it to, but the breeze block foundation strip is now in. As always, the hard bit has been getting it level, which I don't know if you can see that or not, but it is, thankfully. So decent bit of progress. Just start sorting through my wood now to see what I've got in terms of wood to make up the framing. I'm trying not to guesstimate how long that's going to take because I'll be disappointed, but as always, progress is progress, so I'm very, very happy. Everything is looking pretty good, I have to say. It finally looks like it's what it's supposed to be, an off-grid farm, homestead, call it what you will, self-sufficient place. So I'm just starting to frame up, and when I had the other box section on, I did have an issue with wind trying to push it because it was sat on top of those breeze blocks. So you might remember from a previous video when I did the polytunnel base, I actually drilled through those sleepers on the polytunnel and put one of these metal stakes all the way through and into the ground. So we're going to do the same thing on both sides of this new box frame. Well, that's the base for the IBC tote box section done. I've stuck in a total of 3 of those metal stakes through the timber, through the breeze block and down into the ground. So that's not going to go anywhere for sure. Just got to figure out now how to build up the frame so that it comes up to cover the IBC totes. Crazy weather again today. It just keeps coming and going. Wind is not as bad as it was, but it keeps raining, which is a bit annoying. But anyway, onward and upward. We're making some progress, which is all that counts. There's nothing worse than cutting angles. It's a right pain, but it's got to be done. Well, it's 12:30 already. I can't believe where the time's going. This frame is taking forever, but it's slowly taking shape. Got a few more pieces to go on, but it's probably about 90% there. It will need cladding, of course, but we're getting there. We're making good progress. It's just as usual. The day isn't long enough, but we'll see how we get on with the rest of it. Quite happy so far. That's been a bit of a struggle, but it's in. Sides, front, top, and a support across the rear gable end of the original cabin. So all we need to do now is apply a bit of paint and think about some cladding. There's just not enough hours in the day for this, but we'll keep plugging on till it gets dark. Well, that's the frame finished, and now finished painting as well, so that's good. In terms of the IBCs, all I need to do is connect the two tanks together. I've got pipe and connectors to do that, but I need to figure out where it's going through into the cabin. But the frame's nice and finished. All I need to do now is get some cladding on it, but looking at the time, I don't think I'm going to get that done today, and it does keep spitting with rain, so I'm a bit nervous. I've just looked at the watch and it's 2:15 already. I can't believe it. So I'm just stopping for my first cup of coffee of the day before I try to do some of this cladding. Weather does keep threatening rain. Clouds are coming over, but so far so good. So I'll just quickly have this coffee and then I'll get cracking and see how much cladding I can get done before it gets dark or before it starts to rain. Well, it's 3 o'clock already, but I have got this front section done and shaped to fit the slope of the roof, so that's good. It keeps spitting with rain, so I'm tempted now to just throw some paint on that. I don't think I'll have time to do the other side, but let's see. I'll get cracking. Well, that's the front of the IBC container box section, all cladded and nicely painted. I'm very, very pleased with that. Time's just disappeared today. I don't know where it's all gone to. It's certainly time to start packing up, but I'm really pleased. Nice bit of progress today. Let's have a little walk around the back. Not looking too bad. That's the remnants of the original box section. I will be recycling that at some point. So yeah, I need to get this back end cladded. I'm going to clad the two left and right sections on this end, and then have a door in the centerpiece so I can get access to the pipe work and the valves. But not today. I've done more than enough. It's time to pack up. Just need to get all my wood away and covered over, tidy up the cabin, and that'll be it. But yeah, really good progress today. I'm really happy with it. It is looking quite good. Well, that's the cabin locked up and tidied away. I'm a bit disappointed I didn't get to do anything in the polytunnel today. I've actually left some onions and potato sets in the cabin ready to plant out. Who knows, maybe tomorrow. Depends, I guess, how long it takes me to finish the cladding on the other side of the IBC totes. Wood's away, everything's tidied up. It is looking really good now. I'm really quite pleased with progress. There never is enough time in the day, but there's always another day. So that's it. I'm off home, get some dinner and have a bit of a chillax.
Well, that's it for this video. I hope you found something in there that was of interest to you. If you did like the video, please do click on the like button. Also feel free to hit the subscribe button if you haven't already done so. As always, welcome any comments, questions or suggestions you might have. What do you think of the new IBC tank boxed in section? How's it looking? Would you do anything different or add anything? Let me know in the comment section below. But for now, thanks for watching, and I look forward to seeing you in the next video.